Hello, it's the one and only guy Johnny, and I'm here. I'm going to talk about introverted sensing really quickly, and how do you use introverted sensing? Well, when you think of introverted sensing, just to give you an idea of the flip side of it, extroverted sensing is being engaged in your outer world, being engaged in the experiences, your taste, touch, feel, smell, hearing. But introverted sensing is recording that moment to moment. It's creating a record of these experiences instead of just taking them all in without, because it takes its time. Introverted sensing is a linear form of sensing, so it's taking in one thing at a time and understanding it and building a great memory of everything that it's experiencing in the sensory. And so it's going to know the details of, oh, this is a little bit different than that. If you want to do X, Y, Z, you got to do this specifically, and be careful doing that. It's very much strategic. It's very much linear in terms of it loves steps. And a big thing about introverted sensing is it's based off of memory. So it's very much past oriented, because everything that it experiences in the moment, which is a separate video I'm going to do, but everything you experience in the moment moves to the past the minute the moment takes place. So everything is always being stored in the past, moment to moment. And so it has such a strong memory and ability to keep track of the past, to the point that, man, it's so precise from its own body, its bodily sensations, taste, touch, clothes that people wear, things that people do. It's so aware, and it has amazing memory. It can remember everything you told, and it can remember a moment from 8 years ago. So imagine the more that you remember these things, you begin to very much want to stick to proper steps and proper ways of doing things from how you've learned, versus engaging in the plethora of things that are outside, which is more of extroverted sensing. People who tend to have extroverted sensing tend to have a weaker memory. People who tend to have more introverted sensing tend to take their time more and not engage in so many extroverted sensory experiences. And so that's the balance there. Now, introverted sensing, if you want to use it, you have to realize that it's all about memory. If you want to use introverted sensing, the best way I would think of using introverted sensing is tapping into your body, tapping into, introverted sensing is tied to extroverted intuition. So whatever you think from in the past is how you can be able to figure out what's going to happen in the future. So you can't really know what's going to happen in the future without knowing what's happened in the past. So if you want to tap into introverted sensing, you want to definitely make sure to tap into the past. You want to look up things in the past. You want to begin to look up history. If, let's say, you're somebody that works on cars, you want to tap into the cars of the old. You want to study the past cars that you've seen, because as you study that, now you're tapping into introverted sensing, so you'll now be able to apply those ideas to the future cars, because there's nothing new under the sun. Introverted sensing uses a lot of inspiration from things from the past. So like, you want to utilize past things and really begin to go into the history of it. Like, watch old videos you might like, or tap into sentimental things that you like. Try to remember the experiences that made you feel good when you were young. That's really important to tap into it. What else? Let me see. Sentimental value. That's really big with introverted sensing. You want to make sure that you put an emphasis on the things that matter to you in life, because extroverted sensing can become so focused on the next moment, say that it doesn't really value it can not really remember a lot of those things. So try to remember the things that matter to you, the moments that you had, the experiences that stick out to you. That's very much big with introverted sensing. You also, if you want to tap into introverted sensing, you want to pay more attention to the sensory, the things around you, because it still is a sensory function. So you want to pay attention more to the things around you, but you also want to pay attention to the things to patterns and things that you keep noticing. So it's all about trying to be more aware of the present moment, but also trying to remember the things that stand out to you. You want to utilize your memory, because that's going to allow you to tap into introverted sensing. You want to really feel your body, which might require you to really be still and really tap into your body and your functions. And what do you feel here? How does your arm feel? That's a good way to tap into introverted sensing, is to really do like a meditation or something, and then really begin to feel how your body feels. It's about checking in moment to moment to see how's my body acting, what is around me, where am I at. So you want to be very present. You really want to tap into the past, the things that matter to you, and it just gives you so much insight that you could utilize, for the future. So with that being said, those are a few tips to keep in mind for introverted sensing, but that just gives you an idea of introverted sensing. And then also, man, with introverted sensing, I would just say that most of the people I know with introverted sensing, they have really good memories, or they really have really good memory. So they're really able to hang on to that. But a big part about introverted sensing is really just being able to value people and familiarity. So you want to make sure, if you want to tap into introverted sensing, think about the people that make you feel good. Think about the places and the spots you go to that make you feel good, and reconnect with those spots. It's about reconnecting instead of trying to connect to something new. And that's how you're going to tap into introverted sensing more and more, and building that practice of checking back in, tapping back into those old spots, tapping back into older memories that are good, and just having that connection with that, because that's going to keep your introverted sensing strong, so that you're not so engrossed into the moment to moment that you kind of lose touch with that. So that's really big. And with that being said, those are just some tips to keep in mind on how to use introverted sensing. If you have any questions, man, send them to your5dtransformations@gmail.com. You can also join the Patreon. I got exclusive MBTI videos on there and a lot of new videos on the way. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, man. We're trying to build the channel up. I appreciate y'all listening, and we'll talk soon. Peace.